Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a little fun video. I was thinking about embarrassing stories the other day, and since I'm almost done my high school now, I thought it'd be fun to share some of mine because I think people don't talk about embarrassing? Really? Oh, I speak English well. Embarrassing stories enough because I have so many that while I was thinking of one for this video, I just kept on having some pop into my head, and I would go to bed and then something I did in third grade would occur to me, and I'd be like, oh my god. So it was kind of fun, so I'd stop thinking about them while I'm trying to sleep because I like to sleep and I don't like things running in my head while I try to sleep. So one of the first things that I think is the most embarrassing things I've done is throwing up. I think everyone has a good throwing up story from school, or at least from their childhood. This one is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've done because I was in the Christmas choir, or I guess Christmas talent show performance thing. But at my school, every December, your class would come up with a song or a play or a dance for a recital, and every class from grade 1 to grade 6 would perform. So in that year, I was also in the bell choir, which you don't know, there's these bells, you're hold them against your chest. They're really fun. I don't remember the name of them, but it was one of the only things we were allowed to touch near the COVID era. This was right before. And I felt sick, and I was like, no, I have to go, I have to do it. My mom was like, it's just anxiety, you're fine, go Alan, you'll be fine, it's just anxiety, because I was an anxious little kid, like most people are. So I get up there, and it goes youngest grade to oldest grade because the littlest kids can't wait 2 hours, and I'm just waiting, and I feel super nauseous, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, it's gonna happen. So I drink some water, and I get on stage, and I do my thing, and it goes fine, and I still feel really nauseous, but immediately after is the bell choir. So I get on the bell choir, and you can tell I'm so sweaty and disgusting on stage, and I look really out of place, and I'm kind of just, when you're sick and you're just and you zone out. I was like that, and I was just kind of out of it the whole time, and eventually it ended, and I walked off the stage, out of the stage room, sat outside on the ground, and immediately threw up in front of everyone in the bell choir, which happened to be all the older students. So I was super embarrassed, and my mom had to come pick me up because I don't like throwing up, and it was disgusting. And also, just I don't want to perform on stage any time after that, because if it was from anxiety, I don't want that to happen again, because I hate throwing up, like most people. Wow, so special of me. And the next one that I thought of was something I yelled when I was in 7th grade. I was in a mixed 7-8 class, and I had some kind of idea where I thought, if you're older than me, even by a year, you will die before me. No matter what, you will die before me. Why did I think that? I don't know. I was really stupid, apparently. But I got in some debate with a grade 8 kid, and on the soccer field out in my school, I yelled at him, "You'll die before me anyway!" And then I ran away. And I still cringe thinking about it till this day. Because at the time, I was a little emo kid, my long hair and my big black outfits, and I looked disgusting and terrible. It was also right near the end of COVID, so I was just, oh, whenever I think about it, even to this day, I'm just like, you're 12 and you still thought that that was how death worked? What? So stupid of me. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I know. And the next embarrassing thing was something I did in grade 8. When I was in grade 8, so it was right after COVID, just right getting off of it, we had a grad trip. If you don't have grad trips at your school, it's when you usually have a celebration at the end of you graduating middle school or high school, and for me, it was my middle school graduation. We went to Niagara Falls, Canada. If you know Niagara, you're thinking beautiful falls and the nice town and the culture. No, We went to downtown Niagara, downtown tourist Niagara, as Canadians, which is so stupid to me. It's the worst part of Niagara. There's people everywhere. Everything is stupid expensive. It's disgusting. I hate tourist Niagara. And you went there, and I was in a room with 3 of my friends. Now, my 8th grade self was petrified of murder documentaries or anything violent. And my very nice friends decided to watch Don't Fuck with Cats in the room. And they didn't want to go to bed. And it was like 2 in the morning. So I got overwhelmed and emotional, and I tried to sleep in the bathtub. And then my friend wanted to go to the bathroom, so she opened the door. And she walked in and was like, Elena, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm tired, so I'm going to sleep in the bathtub. She's like, don't do that. That's so stupid. Why are you doing that? And I was like, oh, well, you guys aren't letting me sleep. And she's like, you could have just asked. I was like, oh. What? No. What? No. So embarrassing. I hated that so much. Because then I had to be with them for the whole next day when you were walking around Niagara. My friend was like, you weren't even that loud. And I was like, yes, you were. Because they were. They were being loud little middle school girls. And I thought I was so edgy and cool by being like, I'm gonna go to bed at a regular time and not text boys. So cool of me. And I couldn't decide on which was the last one, but I have one that makes me giggle now still, from when I was in 3rd grade, all the way back in primary school, or elementary school as I call it here in Canada. I was walking outside in the snow, and if you don't know Canadian snow, it's interesting. So during the snow, kids have like a habit of forming snow forts. You've probably seen them. Just like they roll big balls of snow, make it around some area, bam, snow fort. It was really, really popular with the younger boys. And my smart little self decided to walk past one while going to my friends, because they were back in what our school called the kissing corner, which is just a corner teachers couldn't see at like the very, very, very back of our playfield. And I was walking there because me and my friends like to swing on the branches there, and the teachers couldn't yell at us for sitting on trees. I was walking there, and some, I think 2nd grader, I'm pretty sure, or a 3rd grader, I didn't know, but I think a 2nd grader was in one of those forts, and I was walking by. He was like, you can't pass our fort. And this fort was like laying against the wall, and I was walking, this is me, this is fort, I was walking past it. He was like, no, you cannot pass. And I was like, oh, I'm not trying to go near your fort or anything, I'm just walking by. He's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm just like, okay. So I move a few meters away from the fort, so now we're like a pretty big distance away. But this kid is still angry at me, so he runs up to me and throws a snowball at me in my face in front of all of his friends. And they all laughed, and my face was cold, and I was really sad. It was not fun. But that's the fun of snow forts. Snow forts are so competitive. I miss snow forts. If you've never been in a snow fort, I feel so bad for you. I love a good snow fort. They're so fun. But I think the most important thing is to remember embarrassing moments past, or you might still remember them, but don't really have a big impact on your future unless it's something that impacted your grades or maybe your friends. But now that I'm at the end of high school, I just look back at the stuff I did in elementary and middle school. I'm just like, why did I do that? That's so stupid. I should have known better. But kids are stupid. So I don't think it's nice to bully yourself over something you did as a kid. But yeah, it's just what I wanted to talk about. Also, brief mention of when a guy called me Illuminati from grade 4 to grade 8 because I wore triangle pants for one day. I think that's embarrassing. Some people don't, but I think it is. And I tell every single person I meet because it still bothers me till this day. I hate that stupid kid. Get my bus. I hated that nickname. All because of my triangle pants. But anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. A lot of doing something different, something fun. I think I have something new coming out at the same time too, depending on how much I decide to film. But if you liked the video, please consider subscribing or liking or commenting. Whatever you want. I like to see when I get a like or a comment or someone subscribes. or if you have any feedback, anything you want to say. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.